Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's KD from the Midlife Moto. Thanks for tuning in. This video, I'm getting better about putting the videos out for you. This video, I want to talk about I guess it's a tip. Now, I'm by no means an expert, but I can still give you advice. I've been riding a dirt bike for only a couple months. I started at 43. That's what this channel is about. It's not about guys and gals who are middle-aged riding dirt bikes. No, it's about guys and gals who never rode as a kid and are just starting to ride at that midlife point, because it's a different journey. It's an absolutely different journey. And even though I'm not an expert, I can definitely tell you what not to do. I can tell you what I'm struggling with so that maybe you identify with it and you realize you're not the only person. Because a lot of folks on YouTube aren't talking about what I want to talk about. And a big thing I want to talk about with you is fear. Listen, fear is natural. I say it all the time. There's nothing wrong with fear. It matters how you deal with it, though. So the relationship you have with fear is what matters. Do you let fear shut you down? Do you let fear take control of you to the point where you miss out on things? You get stuck in those goddamn comfort zones where you just rot? Or do you take the fear, do you think about it, and you see it as a challenge that you can push through? Now, of course, I'm not saying be reckless, but just because you're scared doesn't mean you can't do it. How do I know? Because I'm riding a dirt bike. I deal with fear all the time. Now, if you notice, we got a little green action going on back there. That's right, got my second bike. Got a video that I'm editing right now about my first ride on it. If you saw my other video, I did a review on the Honda CRF 250F. That was the first dirt bike I ever rode. Purchased it in September of 21 and rode it for a bit. Did a review on it. You can check that out. I think there's a link somewhere for that. But I wasn't going to learn the things I needed to learn on that bike. And that's for me. I want to go faster. I don't want to putt around and herd cattle. I don't want to just go 3 miles an hour through the woods. No, I want to rip it. You know, I ride with very experienced riders who've been riding their whole lives, and I want to keep up with them a little bit. So I needed a bigger bike. So I got the KX Sweet Bike. I'll give you more details on that another time. But here's the tip for you. You got to get over your fear.
Voluntarily encountering something you're afraid of is not the same thing as running from it.
Listen, the answer to a lot of your problems when you're riding is go faster. It is. And when you're 6 years old and your dad or your coach says, grab a handful of throttle, most kids just do it. Well, when you're 43 and you got a job and you got responsibilities and you got a fully functioning prefrontal cortex that says things are getting squirrely, you should slow down. That's what your brain says. Everybody I ride with, well, not everybody, some of them, they get why I'm hesitating. But they're like, listen, you got squirrely in those whoops, or I have a lot of problems in the sand. I ride at Croom ATV Park in Brooksville, Florida, and it's all sand. It's deep sugar sand. That's where I'm learning to ride a dirt bike. Now, for you experienced riders, you can appreciate the fact that I'll benefit immensely by learning how to ride a dirt bike in those type of conditions. If you don't understand, if you're inexperienced, if you're only a couple months into your journey like me, but you don't ride in the sand, let me tell you, it's tricky. And the slower you go, the harder it is, the more challenging it is. And here's the thing, when we're riding the bike, we get scared, right? And lots of times we get scared because we know we're not in control. You feel the bike is riding you, you're not riding the bike. The bike is going where it's going. You know when you're out of control, whether you're at 5 miles an hour or 45. You know you can't do the things you want to do on it. So your brain says, hey, you're not in control. And then your brain says, slow down. You're not in control, slow down. Well, when you're riding in sand, that makes it worse. Every time I've been squirrely and I slow down, it got worse. What actually happens is you slow down, so the weight, the momentum, everything goes to the front of the bike, goes to that front tire. The sand grabs that front tire, and then the front tire does whatever the sand wants it to do. The sand is your enemy. It wants to kill you.
Oh, fuck! Oh, ah, help me! Help! Help!
And it will grab that front tire, and next thing you know, you're jackknifing and you fall. You're then validated. The fear is validated. The fear demon inside of you says, you see, you can't control it. But your brain doesn't know anything about dirt bikes. Now, I'm lucky, I'm privileged to ride with awesome people. They're my friends now. They're good friends now. I've met the most incredible people on this journey. Maybe I should do a separate video about that. Like, lifelong friends now. And they watch me ride. And they're real good about advice and what to say, what not to say. And they're very sincere, and they're like, KD, I saw what was happening there. You're too timid. If you give it more throttle, that will get easier. Now on the Honda, that's not so easy to do. And I'm not gonna get into a debate with you right now on the whole, it's 90% ride or 10% bike. I get that. I'm not denying that. But having some more horsepower as an inexperienced rider, it can actually help you when you learn how to use that horsepower, learn to use that throttle to get you out of trouble. Now, I can say this because I've gotten to the point where I am giving it more throttle. I got a badass fucking bike. It's got some get up and go. I got a real bike. It's a motocross bike. It's not a woods bike. I ride it in the woods and I overheat it because I don't go fast enough, but we're working on that. I have gotten to the point where I am giving it more throttle. I am getting more comfortable with giving it more throttle. I'll make some videos to show you. And I'll be damned, everybody was right. When I gave it more gas, it got easier. Now there's a little zone where you're going faster maybe than you're used to and things still aren't going well. You got to get out of that zone. You got to get into the screw it zone. For me, I started yelling. Yeah, if you were next to me on the bike, you'd been like, what's that dude's problem? I'm going to psych myself up because the fear was holding me back. I knew that fear was my enemy in that moment and I needed to push through it. I needed to overcome it. So I gave it more freaking throttle. And you know what happened? It got easier. The best analogy I can give you, it was given to me, is like if you ever ridden a boat, or in particular for me, it was riding like a wave runner or like a personal watercraft, a jet ski. When you're going on a jet ski and you see that boat, that buoy, that swimmer, that whatever, that obstacle, if you let off in the gas, you keep going in that direction. You got to give it gas and turn to get out of it. You got to give it gas to go where you want to go. Another similarity is like planing on the water. If you've ever been in a boat, when you're going slow, you're deep in that water, you're in the chop. You open up the throttle, you plane on top of it, and you start da 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 da. Same thing with a dirt bike.
Sugary and it's fucking deep.
So deal with your fear responsibly. Get through it. Give it more throttle.
You gotta go slower.
Okay, thank you.
Push through your fear, go faster. Just do it. It'll make it easier, I promise. And the best part is, never mind what happens on the dirt bike, you know what'll happen? You'll feel better. You'll feel more like a man, more like a woman. You'll be better than you were yesterday when you went faster than you did yesterday and things got easier and you realized you kept pushing and you're enjoying life more. And if you don't think that that won't help you everywhere else in life, you're an idiot. Maybe that's why you're struggling. You want to get better at life? Find your fear, find your comfort zone, and piss all over it. Like, subscribe, comment, talk shit to me. I'll talk shit right back to you. KD, this is the Midlife Moto.